So, strategies for implementing Agile when your company itself doesn't even use Agile. It's not an Agile organization. How do you even get started with this?
I've got some thoughts on this. So this word Agile is really the crux of the question. What the heck does Agile mean? And so I've ranted on this for years and years and years. Some people think it's just doing things like, hey, I do Agile because we have a stand-up. We do Agile because I use Jira. You're using the wrong word here. So if you think about Agile as being a result, like, hey, I did a bunch of exercises and now I'm really super flexible and I can run a marathon. That might make you an Agile athlete. Or I'm really good at dodging bullets like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix, so I'd say I'm an Agile matrixer, whatever you call that guy.
The one.
Matrixer.
The one.
He's the one.
So if you want to be a matrixer, if you want to be somebody who's hyper agile, there's certain things that you have to do in order to pull that off. And so from a business perspective, you might use a framework, an agile framework like Scrum or Kanban or, pick your favorite flavor. But you're doing these techniques in order to have results that mimic an agile organization or something where you can pivot more quickly. So that's where I would start. Like, what does the agile thing, or what does the organization think this word agile means, and how are you implementing it? And are those two things aligned? So that's where I would start.
Yeah, I would add to that the core of agility, in my opinion, is being that flexibility that you're talking about, Rob. But the way you get there is not by a predetermined path. Like the whole idea of Agile is that we're going to work in small iterations and we're going to deliver real value and we're going to use the working product as a primary measure of progress and all those great things from the Agile Manifesto with the values and the principles. The way you transform to that is also in an agile manner, meaning we should be doing experiments, and that's a great way to break through some of the resistance. You're not proposing that we upend the apple cart for the organization for all time. We're just going to try this thing over here. We usually do it this way. Let's try doing it this way and see what happens. And favor small experiments instead of these huge year-long experiments. You'll probably get more acquiescence, or you'll get more less resistance to what you're trying to do, and then hopefully you'll be able to point to the result of the experiment and say, hey, we tried this thing, it was good, it delivered good outcomes, let's expand it, let's do more of this and see how that goes. I don't know, what do you think, Greg?
I like the idea of experimentation within a larger scope, because Agile companies or companies that are not used to agility practices get scared as soon as they don't have control over something. You're suggesting self-management. You're suggesting things that are foreign to the idea of structure and control. So giving a small problem that has a decent amount of value associated with it, let a team be built around that can practice agility and actually demonstrate just how valuable that is in a much smaller time frame. You reduce risk, you give an experiment with opportunities to measure it and see what happens. Usually that's some low-hanging fruit and is far more tolerable for risk-adverse, non-agilist, non-matrixy people.
Be the one.
Matrixers?
Matrixers. If you like this video, just leave us a comment. And if you got some positive feedback, we'd love to hear it. And if you've got some negative feedback, well, we'd love to hear that too.
And be sure to check out our description. We have our email list there and our upcoming classes so you can upgrade your knowledge and work on a certification.